that's where it hurts. You got this for me? That's very nice of you, Christine. I appreciate that.
Oh.
What the fuck is the matter with you?
Mom, I need a tissue.
Did that fucking shit come out of your mouth?
I need a tissue, Mom.
Your fucking nose.
No, Mom, give me a tissue.
You need more than a tissue.
Mom, give me a tissue.
You need sanitizing wipes. Oh, fucking shit. What the fuck's the matter with you? Where'd that come from? Your mouth or your nose? Fucking shit.
God bless. Gotta love. Nothing beats a mother's love. You know, Mother's Day's coming up. Don't forget. Pour some shit in your hand and have your mother swear at you. Sounds good. Hey, God bless. I'm the Reverend Schnorr. You may be seated. Welcome. Hey, share this with your friends and family. No sense going through something like this all by yourself. You don't want to do that alone. Tell everybody, come join us so that we can all go to heaven together, more or less. So we should probably start this like we do all things. And a little reading from the old good book there. Let's see. I think we've done that one already. And Saul said, they have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and the oxen. I want you to think about that and how it applies to your own life. That's what the good word of the good book is all about. Take that and reflect so that you can make sense of the world around you, the way the Alchemites did. All right. I hope you got a nice cocktail in you. I got drinking brandy. You're supposed to have it out of a snifter, and I don't have a snifter, so I'm drinking it out of this rocks glass. And we'll bring in Brother Carlito and see what he's got on tap. What do you think?
Good
hey, there he is.
You, Rev. That poor woman, she might have allergies.
I think so. She's got something going on in her head.
She might have been sniffing something more than a rocks glass.
Right, they look like Elmer's. Could have been biscuits and gravy coming right out of her nose. She had that kind of look to her.
We've all been there.
Oh, who hasn't?
I haven't seen you in weeks.
Yeah, how you been?
I've been good. A lot of things happening. I mean, like our show, we're going to talk about some horses today. One in particular.
Oh, it's not. Is it getting a happy ending?
Somebody's getting a happy ending. It might be the horse. It may not. We're going to have to all find out.
Oh, brother.
We're going to talk about a smoking glove.
Well, look at that here.
No, that's above you right there.
Oh, there it is.
And then
I was like, where the hell is it?
we're going to talk about Marketplace. I've been looking at this new Marketplace where, you search for stuff you want to buy. It's like an internet garage sale, right? Like on Facebook, they have it.
Oh, yeah. They get the Marketplace.
But
Yeah.
I can't believe the official Rev Schnorr Retreat podcast is up online and available to listen to.
I almost forgot.
What do you mean you almost forgot? That's what I'm here for.
Absolutely. Rev Schnorr presents Rev's Retreat and Tavern is a podcast that you can find on Spotify. It's on another one too.
Apple?
It's on Apple.
Google?
It's on Google. There's another one with an S. Like Skip to the Loo or something.
Spotify?
No, it's on Spotify.
Oh,
for
another
sure.
one?
Stitcher.
Snitcher. Okay.
Yeah. So anywhere you
Italians don't listen to that one.
No, because snitchers get stitchers.
Right.
But anywhere you listen to your podcast, you pretty much find our podcast. And for those of you who tune in every week, you may hear it before, but sometimes you can't tune in. And so this is a kind of a condensed version of the audio of our show. And every once in a while, we're going to do a special podcast.
So speaking of podcasts, we haven't spoke. Is that true?
We have not.
So the Reverend calls me up and he says, our production teams have put together the podcast and is now up online. I say, great, let me listen to it. He says, you have to listen to it. awesome. So I listened to it. I have it on. I'm driving home. And obviously our premiere episode talked about cancel culture and rectal dilators.
Right.
For those of you who are not faithful listeners, listen to the podcast, watch the old show, you know what I'm talking about. But I think you could figure out about rectal dilators, what we're going with that one. Now, I want you to put it in your head. I need a gas. You could insert the joke, rectal dilators gas. But I need a gas, so I pull into Costco.
I think that was one of the things they were supposed to cure, wasn't it?
Gas, yes.
Yeah.
And I needed it.
Okay.
So now everybody's been into Costco. You wait in line, and I'm listening to the podcast, and your car moves up, and now it's my time to get out and get my gas.
Right.
So I shut the car off, like everybody else does. I put the credit card in. I put the Costco card, the credit card. I start pumping gas.
Okay.
Now, the clicker clicks. You know and it fills up too fast, the overspill knob thing clicks off.
Okay.
So I'm like, shit. I go, I need more gas than this. And I'm like, did it top off? I didn't know. So the way the hose is all hung out, I go around the passenger side and I got to hit the button on the car to get it to start, to see where the gas thing is.
Right.
So I do that and I'm like, oh, the overflow valve kicked off the pump. I'm only half full. I was right. Let me reset the nozzle and let it fill. So I shut the door. My window's down on my driver's side, but I was on my passenger side. Okay?
Okay, I'm following you.
I never hit the button, the ignition start, to shut off the car. The auxiliary system was still on. You follow me?
I'm following you.
It's a nice day. It was 80 degrees a couple days ago. My windows are down.
Windows are down. Everybody's out.
Everybody could hear.
Right.
The Bluetooth kicks on and the podcast starts playing in the car, and we're at the part of our rectal dilators in the different sizes. Now, I can't get to the car because I got the hose sticking out and it's blasting, and I'm trying to get in my car to hit the button and I can't. It's like, well, pick up the 1/4-inch size, and then you can move yourself up to the 4. And it's blaring the rectal dilator story, and these people got to be like, "What the hell is this guy listening to?"
So our Rectal Dilators podcast basically broadcast to the entire Costco gas station.
A mile long, loud as shit.
God bless.
So hence, if you were in Costco, I wasn't a weirdo listening to how to use different size rectal dilators. Check out the Rev Schnorr's Reverend podcast. Check out the first episode. Watch it. You'll understand what happened, and it happens to the best of us. So that's my rectal.
He was a weirdo talking about different size rectal dilators.
Right. When we did the show, it was all about rectal dilators. When I was at Costco, I just wanted to get gas. Had nothing to do with rectal dilators other than listening to our new podcast on Spotify.
Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. You can now listen to the Reverend Schnorr and Brother Carlito on your way to work, on your way home to work, and when you're sitting in the waiting room at the doctor's office to get your rectal dilator out.
Yes. You know what? I got to give a quick shout out. I know our congregation is watching. Puzzarini, Anthony Petruzzi, all the way from Bradenton, Florida, in the house.
I hear, God bless. I hear you've flown a coop officially, huh? I think so.
And to Joe Vinci out there listening, yes, it was the Costco that killed Kittyland. That's where the Rectal Dilators podcast started playing.
It wouldn't be the first time someone talked about rectal dilators at Kittyland.
Speaking of rectal dilators.
Yeah.
I found something else out the other day.
Hey, do you hear this crackling sound real quick?
Yeah, you got gerbils.
I wish. That's my new computer is doing that.
Oh, that can't be good.
No.
Maybe it's a fan motor.
That's what it says on the internet thing. On the interweb.
now that's all I'm going to hear is.
Yeah. Sorry. It sounds like a squirrel's jerking off in my computer.
Oh, yeah. We're going to come down and do the show. We have to do the show live from Florida.
Absolutely. I'll meet you at DL in an hour.
All right, 10-4. All right. Have you ever heard of a smoking glove? That's all I hear is the fucking...
I know. Sorry. And it's not a volume. It's not a speaker thing. So I can't like turn it off or turn it down. I can move this over maybe on this side.
Let's see.
It's over there. I should never pointed it out.
We can,
Is
don't
what
worry
it
about it. All right, so do you know what a smoking glove is?
No, it sounds like an oven mitt.
It is.
Oh.
So I never smoked before. Well, maybe after sex, but I never checked. I guess people get a smoking glove to hide the smell of smoke from their significant others if they're trying to sneak one.
I never knew they had that. It would have come in on really handy.
Well, they don't really have it. It's just like any type of glove.
Oh, I got you. Your smoking glove.
So I'm like, who the heck
like
would do this? Like, I know a few people that would smoke outside with gloves on. They're like, oh, I gotta, I don't want the missus to smell it, or my wife or my boyfriend, whatever at the time, right?
It's like a jerk-off sock.
I never had one of those.
Yeah, same concept.
Okay, good.
More or less.
I'll look
Okay,
into
I'm
that
sorry.
too next. Well, I'm not going to take a picture like I did here. So I'm sitting at a stoplight. This is my picture.
Right, okay.
And I literally, at a red light, watch a guy take one glove, put it on his hand, lean out of the car, light the cigarette, and then continue to keep, it's not the Rona, to keep the glove and the cigarette outside the car while we're waiting to make the left-hand turn. And he's smoking with one glove on. You may think I'm full of shit. This is Brother Carlito, Private Eye. There it is.
Oh, man.
I watched him do that.
Caught on hidden camera. If your wife, I hope his wife is watching and she's seeing what he's doing here. Oh, look at that.
Do you believe that? A smoking glove. I
what he
witnessed it
needs now?
happen.
You know what he needs now?
What?
Pair of testicles. Hey, honey, I'm home. I've been smoking. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't, but I did anyhow. What's for dinner?
Now, we talked about smoking gloves. I'm bringing it all to the Reverend Retreat today.
Okay.
The Oakleys love this. We're going to talk about horses.
Who doesn't love a good horse story?
Now, this show is filled with horses, right?
Right?
We got a new one.
Uh-oh.
Let's go back to possibly the horse we all love.
Love him maybe not as much as she does, but
I found another lucky horse.
oh boy.
Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. In this case, sometimes you're the horse, sometimes you're the trainer walking the horse. Do you know what studying is?
I can guess it's probably where they say, hey, here's a lady horse and here's a guy horse, and let's make little baby horses.
Hey, time up right there, Pedro. I'll be over there in a minute, player. Oh, what's going on? Oh, Lord, he about to get fucked by a horse. Oh, Lord, get out of there, Pedro. Get out of there, Pedro.
Wow. That thing, holy cow, it had an elbow. That was huge.
No, we can't do instant replay, so you want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Well, and then maybe we could describe
Yeah,
to
let's tell our people at home
to our podcast, okay?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Look, we're going to, why don't you do play-by-play, Rev? So make sure your mic's unmuted. Here you go.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
You know, on the program, you got to unmute your mic when we play the video. Here
Oh,
we
I
go.
got you. Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is the Reverend Schnorr's play-by-play of a horse studying video.
Hey, time up right there, Pedro. I'll be over
Okay,
there
so
in a
here's
minute,
Pedro's bringing the horse in. The horse is getting excited. He's up. Uh-oh, the horse is got a throbbing erection, and Pedro, who's about 4.5 feet tall, is getting it. He's literally the horse's ass now, and his ass is the horse's ass currently. That was wow. That was wild. That horse was looking to get something, and he was going to hump the first thing he got. Yeah, oh Lord, it sounds like Backup Terry. I think Backup Terry's the lucky one now.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine if that guy's name's Terry? Bag up, Terry. Bag up.
Don't back up there. Whatever you do, don't back up.
The funny part is like that horse who's studying that other horse. I know guys like that in the bar. They see that female. if there's someone in the way,
Right.
it's a bad scene.
They're going to grab him. If that horse had gone in the guy's rear end, the tip of it would have come out his mouth. That thing was huge, and Pedro was not. Pedro was tiny.
Oh.
It would have looked like Pedro was spitting at you like the lady at the beginning. It would have looked like, did that come out of your nose or your mouth, Pedro? A little bit of both, I think. Holy cow.
Oh. Do you miss me yet?
Of course. Of course. Nobody else shows me horse
Did you just
porn.
call me a horse?
Of course, a horse. When we do the podcast, we edit out the parts where we both take a sip of a drink at the same time.
Oh, Lord. Well, Rev, yeah, that was my horse video. Now, I know they say that the ratings on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette are sometimes, they're most recently tanking, I guess. I guess that's getting old, right?
Yeah, how many times can you see someone?
But they may be onto something. They could go two ways.
Right.
They could either have a lesbian and a gay relationship couple meet up,
I'd watch that.
or like the sign above my shoulder here. It'll be my shoulder. The sign above my shoulder. It's blue.
Yeah.
It's in my screen.
That. I was looking at Marketplace. I thought, were we skipping ahead? I see that sign.
They could be going back to the same show that made us both meet up, because our producers got a hold of a most recent video of a possible contestant trying to get on the show.
My name is Crystal Light, and this is my audition tape to be a contestant on ABC's The Bachelor. I'm not like those other girls because I put out every time. One time I got bit by a skunk, and I bit that sucker back. I've only had herpes one time, and I've only had gonorrhea twice. I can eat a Subway footlong in just 3 bites. I also play the ukulele professionally. I'm also a master of disguise. You can't even see me right now. Get a shot of my butt. So when y'all are picking contestants for The Bachelor, just remember, I can make all his dreams come true.
I'd watch.
Oh, I'd watch. I'd watch with one eye shut, but I'd watch. If you're listening at home, you got to go to YouTube and watch our show, because that, what was her name?
Crystal Light.
Crystal Light is a extremely large woman who looks like a man in a big purple sweater. And if she lost 300 pounds, she'd be thin, but she'd still be ugly.
She's a master of disguise, though.
She is a master of disguise. You can barely see her.
Could you imagine if that was one of those Tinder dates? They call it catfishing? Is that when they switch what they look like until they show up? Or
I think so. Yeah, you swipe right to Amy Adams, and you show up and find Crystal Light.
That's a good name, though. A for
That is
effort.
a great name.
A for effort?
I give her an A for effort. Hey, you know what? Everybody's got to find love somehow.
All right, speaking of looking for stuff on the internet, I need a new grill. So I was looking for a new Weber.
Okay.
I had a bit of a fire in my old Weber called having a cigar, too many drinks, and keeping the lid down. And the smoke just built up, and I tried to scrape it and clean it. And I was told it's from a friend that's a fireman that that it looked like paint chippings, but it's the carbon buildup, and it's not healthy. So I get it. So 15 years I kept it. It looks good on the outside, a little beat up on the inside. I got the new grills, but you can't get the new lid. They don't make it in my brand or the model I have. So I got to go get a new one.
All right.
Someone else said, they sell everything on that social site Marketplace. So I start searching. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe what you could find on the internet.
Really?
I can't believe what people sell on the internet.
This is like a garage sale, right? But it's digital.
But it's high end. Like you could find Weber grills, and there are decent deals depending on how far you live. If you're willing to make the deal and go pick up what you want to buy, right?
Right.
2 large built, well insulated dog houses. $100 for both. The way I look at it is you could either use them for your dog or your new condo on Venice Beach in California.
Look at that. So I want to know is it framed inside? Because I got some of that. What is it? Galvanized ribbed steel.
It used to be
laying
like
around in the yard.
in Chicago. They used to do it over the overhang in the back porch, right?
Well, like an awning. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd sleep in that. I'd take that camping. That would be. I might build one of those just for when I get tired of listening to the yelling. I just go out to the yard and crawl into there. Oh, in Chicago, we have so many goddamn rats. Probably end up with a litter at my feet. But
I was at Burlington, that Burlington store. It used to be called what? Burlington Coats, but now they sell everything.
the coat factory, yeah.
I saw a rat run right underneath the clothing rack. People screamed. I was like, was that just a rat? And it was.
They're everywhere. They're taking over. I'm telling you, it's gangs and rats are everywhere.
You know why? The
The
stimulus checks.
There you go. Two-legged rats, four-legged rats. It's never been this bad.
No.
Not since the 70s. I know there's a big
This
problem.
sucker
when I
was
a kid in the 70s, but
as
now
big as my screen.
sure, no one's stopping them.
No.
You should be allowed to shoot rats. That's where the gangs could help out. The gangs have been shooting little kids lately. 7-year-old girl, a toddler, two 10-year-old boys, real nice kids getting shot by gangs. Put them gangbangers to work. Tell them to shoot some rats. You shoot a rat, you bring in you should be able to, if you bring in like a big barrel full of rats.
It's like they were going to fix the Asian carp problem in the Chicago River.
Right. Let the gangs bring you big barrels full of dead rats, and they get to sell drugs on the weekend, and nobody bothers them. I think it's a win-win for everyone. Less shooting people, more shooting rats, and clean up our streets and alleys.
I will have to work on that pitch, but I see where you're going with it.
I'm going to run for mayor, I think, there, Brother Curly.
All right. Well, speaking of that,
Yeah.
did you know that there was a pull start for a dishwasher?
No.
Facebook Marketplace, pull start for your dishwasher, only $25.
Are you sure that's what that's for? Oh, I got you now. I got caught on. It took me a minute. I'm not as sexist as I was 10 minutes ago.
But
I got you. Yeah. That'll get her going.
Speaking of, the apparatus on the screen,
Yeah.
I would think, because I've never owned one,
I don't see why you would need one.
but wouldn't you start with the smaller size first and work your way to the larger size?
Oh, yeah. The ring is at the wrong end.
Well, no, the ring is what you use the pull start to start
Pull it
the
out.
dishwasher. Yeah, you got to use the ring to pull it out.
Right. So push
Don't you work your way up to the? I mean, if anybody has used one of these, please comment in the section. Well, no, you would. Well,
Yeah.
comment in the section. Listen, if you had a friend.
So what we're looking at looks like a wand like you would blow bubbles out of, but instead of a circle at the top and the bottom, you just get the finger circle, and then these round balls like beads starting out small and slowly getting bigger until you get to a giant one. And I believe they call this a ripcord.
Who told you?
In certain circles. And our point is, wouldn't you want the small ball first and the big one last? But I don't know. Maybe.
Right, nothing like jumping in all at once.
Right. That could wreck you. Wrecked them, damn near killed them. So, hey, Nelson Toe is head over to Twitch, and it's a great thing. Don't forget, we're on Twitch too now.
We're on Twitch?
We're on
Wow,
Twitch.
this money is just rolling in lately.
I'm telling you, we're throwing everything at the wall.
Speaking of throwing it at the wall, do you ever have a portable glory hole for sale? Is that what they have these days with the coronavirus at bars? For $90, get their own portable glory hole.
That is, it's like when you go to confession in person, and they go, you get to choose. Do you want to go in person or you want to go behind the screen? But instead of going in the box, they just have that, screen in the middle of the room, and the priest pretends like he didn't see you.
Is that where the Snickers bars and the Reese's Pieces come out of?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is just a hold this plank. I was gonna go down on you.
Whoa!
Now,
Wait, you were gonna go down on me?
No. That's what the girl with the glory hole thing.
Oh,
right. See, I was gonna just blow you, but hey, could you put a piece of plywood in your hands, hold it up, and stick your dick through a hole? Because that would be a lot more fun for me to. That's for when a girl really wants to do that for a guy, but the guy's ugly.
So that's the girl's version of a brown bagger.
There you go. Yes, exactly. Stick it through this hole in the plywood. Try not to get a sliver. And
hey, honey, could you help me out? I got some wood. You're disgusting. No, I got some wood.
I got some wood here. I'm gonna hold it up. You can pretend I'm a whoever.
Oh, and have you ever, if you're a lefty, ever wanted to be a righty, or a righty ever wanted to be a lefty?
I understand. Yeah. A righty wants to be a lefty. Lefty wants to. That's what I do when I want to cheat on myself.
Oh, so you're talking about
Which hands?
Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters. I understand.
Right. Yeah.
What about your
What were you
legs?
talking about?
Well, we have both our limbs, but obviously somebody doesn't, and they're willing to sell 2 of their lefts.
2 prosthetic legs for sale. Left leg. Because they won't. Don't you hate when you go to the store to get your prosthetic leg and there's 2 lefts in the box and no right?
Do you think
2 lefts don't make a right?
Do you think they check, how you buy shoes and they're like,
right? That guy's person didn't. Or he grew his left leg back and no longer needs one. Starfish do that.
You are just a wealth of knowledge today.
I do my best. You think I don't prepare for the show?
I would have never known starfish grow back their limbs.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a scuba diver.
And it's alligators and crocodiles grow back their teeth. I get those 2 confused. I mean, I know crocodiles are in Australia or Austria, one of the 2, and alligators are down in Florida. Have you ever seen an Austrian crocodile?
No. I've seen an alligator, though.
They're mean.
I've seen an alligator on a golf course in Florida.
Really?
They actually, when they gave us our cart rental, the starter, just how you would imagine, 75-year-old guy, tan like leather, comes up to you. He's like, remember, if you see any of those crawlers on the course, run diagonally. And I'm like, who the hell's going to see an alligator? Sure enough, down one of the straightaways, right out of the little pond, he just comes walking and walks right across the fairway, doesn't give a shit about us,
right,
and just continues on. And then there were some trees and overgrown, out of bounds area. And he just went right back in the marsh and disappeared. Care less about us. But I was ready to start running in diagonals.
It's scary because the woods and the rough and by all the water is where I tend to golf when I golf. I'm never in the fairway.
No.
But why do you run diagonal?
Because they can't chase you. They were going fast straight, but if you start going in diagonal, they can't make the turns like you and I.
Oh, like serpentine. Peter Falk style. I got you.
Mm.
Okay.
I'll
have to keep that in mind.
I got one more for you tonight.
Okay. Hey, Petruzzi, I hope you heard that. Zigzag.
He's a Saluki. He's always walked in zigzags.
That's right. We're always crisscrossing and whatnot. I forgot about that.
Oh, You know what? I just saw that one comment about the two left, about who put that up there? Let's see. Someone had something about a whole new meaning. Oh, that's Nelson. A whole new meaning to two left feet.
Nelson's on fire tonight.
He is?
Well, not literally, but he's had a lot of really good jokes. I haven't always read them out loud. I pop them up for our viewers. If you're a podcast listener, sometimes you got to tune in to see the extra. It's what we call bonus material. But Nelson's had some good ones tonight, and he's bouncing back and forth between social media platforms and everything. This guy's. And then, did you see this one? Speaking of Nelson Toe.
Uh-huh.
Hey, isn't it funny that a guy named Toe came up with a good foot joke?
Just saying.
I was there for it.
That was the first show I ever worked.
Is it really?
I have that show on VHS.
Wow, that's cool. James Brown and Jerry Springer. People forget that they did shows like that.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Were you an intern? Were you coiling cable for?
I think so. I was, yeah.
First time I was ever in that studio, it was for Miss Topless America. It never aired because
She was topless?
it was an editing nightmare.
Uh-huh.
It was before it was digital. It was on 1-inch reels. Yeah, they had no sprinkles. They had just little banners across, like Miss America wears, sash. And the sash didn't cover anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it never aired. But it was like, oh, that's what this show is. Hey. Could find
I'm going to stick around for a while.
Yeah, we'll see what the next 15 years does.
Let me tell you what else is going on in today's world. We have an anniversary in the house.
Who?
I think it was 25 years ago the Game Boy was invented. Remember the Game Boy?
Yeah. It was like all they had was Tetris at first.
I just told that to someone. They have one in some museum. A soldier had it in the Gulf War in the 90s, and the barracks got bombed. Everybody survived. The Tetris got burnt. It's fried like a melted marshmallow, and it still worked.
Really? That's a commercial.
It is.
They should have. Why? Maybe we need to look into this, Brother Carlito. Where is the video game Hall of Fame museum?
Seems like it's a mission for Nelson Toe to find out.
Yeah, we just have to. I think we should start one. You got pinball machines and them little things where the ball bounces, like, what is it, Plinko?
Yeah. Oh, good one.
And you got the ones with the water, and you got to get the basketball with your thumb to go, or the rings on the thing.
Or what about, was it the Cracker Barrel with the T's, and you have to do the game with the triangle?
Right, those are like video games. And then you go to Pong and then Atari 2600. And up.
Commodore 128.
Yeah.
Oregon Trail. We could just take it all through the history of the timeline of
ColecoVision.
video games.
Coleco. My cousin had Coleco.
ColecoVision, yes.
Yeah. Had a steering wheel.
And foot pedals?
I don't remember that. He only let me play it once or twice.
And I got one other thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
How about, and I didn't have a chance to pull this up.
Okay.
I don't want to offend anybody if they live in Vermont. But I heard it's a little, different.
Vermont.
Do you know that they passed a law that nobody, and you can look this up because we are nothing but facts here on the Reverend Show. Okay?
Right. There's no.
Forget about
no spin zone.
Forget about spin zone. Forget about telling the truth. Forget about.
Forget about not telling the truth.
Forget about fair and balanced. We are just factual information here on the Reverend Show.
Right. We don't lean one way or the other.
We wobble right down the street.
Yep. We cross it. We walk the line.
Now, in all the problems we're having, getting people back to work,
right,
opening schools, helping the homeless, feeding the poor, they banned gas leaf blowers. Look it up. After the show, look it up. Google Vermont gas leaf blowers. They're too loud. You need to use the electric ones. I want to move there. If that's the biggest problem they have,
Right.
they got two problems. They got to hope it snows in the winter to go skiing, right?
Right.
And they got to make sure that they got enough electricity to power their blowers.
And the syrup sap flows.
Yes.
But I don't think they got any shortage on saps up there. They're worried about their leaf blowers. They should be worried about, other. Hey, burn the leaves. There you go. You don't even have to blow them. Just light them on fire.
Could you imagine? Wait, real quick. Could you imagine going into like the Ace Hardware? Okay. And
Yeah.
could you imagine this? Of course, you're gonna have that one lady or the guy that barely can move, and they got the red vest on. It says Ace Hardware, family owned, right?
Right.
And you know how they, hey, can I help you? Because the first thing you're doing at Ace Hardware is they're the first ones to come up and help you. Like, all you got to do is step 1 foot into the sliding glass door that opens up and say, I need this. And it could be a bolt this big, and somebody goes down the aisle, top shelf, left corner, 6 drawers in. They pull out that one bolt you need. You pay for it for 4 cents, and you leave, right?
Right.
Could you imagine people are shopping, doing their, always check the clearance aisles, right, in the end caps, trying to buy that one thing that you're never going to use but you need to have. And could you say, excuse me, do you have any of the 50-50 gas mix?
Right. Sirens go off. Alarms, bells ring. Oh,
We got a gas blower!
I want to know, are they going to send their police out to enforce the no gas blower laws, or is it private citizens going to rat each other out like the Nazis did?
They're going to chase them.
Neighbors using gas to blow his leaves.
They're going to chase them with their electric golf carts.
There you go. They should have leaf blower wars, and whoever's blower blows
Harder?
harder gets to keep their blower.
Do you see how this show goes? No matter how it goes, we try to get off topic, okay? So for 38 minutes, okay,
Yeah.
we've talked, the gamut was unbelievable. And no matter what, whatever topic we get on, okay, it always, where does it circle back to, Rev? Do you know where it circles back to?
Horse sex?
Hey, time up right there, Pedro. I'll be over there in a minute, player. Oh, what's going on? Oh, Lord, he about to get fucked by a horse. Oh, Lord, get out of there, Pedro. Get out of there, Pedro.
Pedro
more I-
looks like a jockey because his legs are the same length as that horse's penis.
That horse must wait for that all year. He saw that female horse and he was determined. He knew what he was doing. There was no teaching that. There was no talking about the birds and the bees. He was like, woo-hoo-hoo.
We're going to go with that, or he's had his eye on Pedro for a while. Hey, Pedro, you've been riding me. Now it's time for me to ride you, huh?
Oh, you know what? You get enough of this. You're ready for this.
Time up right there, Pedro.
Yep. Hey, you know what they could use in Vermont?
What's that?
Leaf glory holes. Portable leaf glory holes. Put it up, doesn't matter. You can't see whether it's a gas or an electric. You just know you're getting blown.
And then
Where your leaves are.
and then the plexiglass would act like the coronavirus N95 mask and block all the possible fumes.
Right, exactly. See, we have to we got to run for some kind of office, me and you. It's like the gangs with the rats.
Okay.
You need to pass out leaf glory holes and have the blower wars. Solves all the problems.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. I think it's some we should look into for next week's show. Also, I want to talk. Oh yeah, use the glory hole. You need a much bigger glory hole than the one I showed you on the show for a horse.
Take one of those bags tournament things with the legs off. I think that might fit the horse.
So we're running out of time today, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, I want to get an update on this next week because our girl's back in the news.
So this is the exact same bathing suit I wore like 3 days ago to the beach.
I heard that.
And she's 40 what, 43, 44?
Something like that. Yeah, she's not all that much younger than us.
So she's back in the news. We're going to see how the court case goes because she wants to take control of her estate. It's still run by Daddy.
Right. Which I think he took over because she was a little not thinking.
So this is the exact same bathing suit I wore like 3 days ago to the beach. But I said, hey, why not give it another shot? But while I'm at it, I just wanted to let you guys know the 5 most important things that you need to bring when you go to the beach. A towel, oil, sunscreen, a dog, and a hat. I'm gonna go to my jacuzzi now.
She might still need someone to take care of her money.
Or what happens if it's an act?
It's true.
You know what I say? Pay her out.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, pay her out 5 to 10 million out of her estate. See how she does. Maybe she puts it in Robinhood and invests in some Dogecoin.
It's a good idea. Give her like a test run.
Yeah, just wait on the Dogecoin though. Don't buy it at 36. Somebody did, and it's back down to 26.
I was thinking Dad should give her control of all her money. And, she can maybe give it to the church. She could use a good spiritual advisor. Provide her with some extra bathing suits and suntan lotion or, sunscreen. And give her some spirituality in exchange for hefty donation.
Do you know why you are so caring about this woman? Because she is a lot like a Bubbles in her current state of mind.
She would be a brilliant Bubbles.
So this is the exact same.
You know what? That is Bubbles to a T.
If she would put me in charge of her finances, I would make sure she never had to wear the same bathing suit to the beach twice in a week.
And you would even use a protection, right?
Oh, absolutely. Portable glory hole. You could take that to the beach. You need 6 things to take you to the beach.
Okay.
Your dog, sunscreen, your bikini, a towel, a hat, and your portable glory hole.
Understood.
There you go. That's what you need.
My last
I'm
story.
going to go to the hot tub now.
My last story of the day.
Okay. Popular Japanese biker girl turned out to be a 50-year-old man who used Face app to turn himself into a girl. He gained 20,000 followers on Twitter until one of his followers spotted his face in the bike's rear mirror. Look at that. Now, the picture of the girl she's cute. You would think, it looks like a girl.
Right.
The one on the left. Very cute young girl who I could see why 20,000 people followed her. Plus, she's out there biking and stuff. But that's what's scary about the internet these days. Clearly, that dude is not a pretty young girl.
So just be careful out there. Watch who you date. You don't know once they take off their helmet if they have a helmet or they don't.
Exactly.
Listen, you don't want to be poked like that horse or Pedro.
You don't want to be Pedro.
No. And sometimes by not paying attention to social media posts, you wind up like Pedro. And I bet you at the end of the day, Pedro wish he had a pull start for the dishwasher.
That, and he probably wished that he had some of that goo that woman sprayed in her hand to make her ma think it was snot. So rub that on the horse at least, maybe.
What's our pea shot today, Rev?
Pea shot today?
Yep.
Hey, well, we probably should do a pea shot to Pedro. Hope he's back up on his feet again soon.
Yeah, let's do an investigative report on Pedro, okay?
All right, yeah. All right, let's do a pea shot to Spotify.
You know what? Let's do it.
Since our podcast, if we haven't mentioned it enough to you yet, is up on Spotify, you can play it in your car in the morning. If you had so much fun tonight that you want to relive this again in a couple of weeks or so, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple, Google, or wherever it is you get your friggin' podcast or whatever it is you hear. So tonight's peace shot is to Spotify, Apple, Google, and wherever the hell you get your podcast from. God bless.
Salute.
Slancha. Are you supposed to shoot Brandy?
You
She's a
can't
fine
shoot
girl.
Malort fast enough.
So I found out this is healthy for you.
Says who?
The internet. It's Brandy. And this is Christian Brothers because I am a Christian brother. Not a real Christian brother, but hey, brother, I'm a Christian. That's close enough.
What health benefits does the Christian Brother brandy have?
It is just like wine. It has a lot of, because it's made from fruit. So it has all the antioxidants and the resveratrol and all that stuff that wine does without all the calories. See Christian Brothers wine or brandy, you should hire us to be your spokespeople. Or you could, what do you call it? Sponsor the show. But it's true. Yeah, or at least according to the internet, it's true.
Well, Rev, I'm going to let you go hold that pole up some more.
We're holding each other up, sort of, more or less.
You have a great night, and I'm going to go look into this Britney Spears, and I'm getting back to all of us on how she pulled out her court case.
I'm going to do the same about Pedro and see how things got pulled out for him, too.
Hey, someone's got a pain in the ass, and I don't think it's the horse.
Nope.
Now, if Pedro wakes up every morning and goes, you know we got a problem.
It's like quick parable before we go. There's a kid comes home with his friend, and they're after school, and they're thirsty, so they go to the kitchen sink to get a glass of water. And the one kid looks out the window into the yard. He says, "Hey, I hate to tell you this, but your dad is out there having sex with a donkey." The other kid goes, "Oh, he always does that." Hey, on that note, everybody, God bless. Take care of yourselves. You have one for me. I'm going to have one for each one of you. Stay safe. Think positive. Stay negative, and we'll see you next time. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.